Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the pre-race show for the Gauntlet 2025 Short Track Series. 10 races, 10 tracks, 10 different cars. Each and every Monday night going to be coming at you. TSP is going to be on the call with Mr. Samuel Baumgartner up there in the top right corner. He'll be calling the action each and every Monday night for us. It's just something we want to do, just kind of return. Felt like Crooked Line Racing hasn't done anything racing-wise, and hell, it seems like probably about a year or so. So, want to come back with a bang. Gonna be doing this pre-race show every Monday, except for next week because I will be gone. But Sam might be doing it next week. I don't know. We'll talk about that. But every Monday we'll say for about 20, 30 minutes, just a little show highlighting everything. This week's gonna be the hardest one because we don't have anything to highlight. All we're talking about what's coming. We don't know who won or nothing because we ain't had a race yet. But tonight, USA International is a track that we are all familiar with. Any of us that started on iRacing. And it's a car tonight that we're all familiar with, the Street Stocks. So super excited about that. Before we go any further, let's introduce our guest of the night. We got Mr. Alex C. Harris above me. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How you doing, Tanner?
I am doing good. So tonight, what car number are you going to be in?
I'll be rocking the number 74.
Do you know what sponsor you have on your car yet? Have you picked it out yet?
It is going to be a Snap-on, good old Snap-on and wheeling car.
Right on, right on. So look for Mr. Alex C. Harris, and now we're going to throw him for a loop. We're going to go to my right here. The Shermanator. He's Mr. Glossy. Got that head shined up. Corey, how you doing tonight, brother?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You're no stranger to these shows, right? You've done Race Chatter with us here. You do Putting from the Rough still. So these shows, you're kind of right at home. How are you looking forward, and what's your thoughts on the Gauntlet for tonight, USA International Street Stocks?
I don't think I've been in that car track combo since rookie.
Right.
And I think I always skip those races and wait for Charlotte the next week to start back up and race that. So I don't think I have too much experience with that. I bought the new street stock. I'm gonna be running that. I haven't even driven it or seen what the inside of the thing looks like. So that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna driving the number 3, throwing on the black good wrench for tonight.
Oh, raise hell, praise Dale tonight for Mr. Corey Sherman.
Well, I know I'm going to send somebody in a corner somewhere.
Hopefully it's Kyle the Wildman Wellman because he's always good for a few outtakes and whatnot on the radio. So hopefully it's him. And speaking of the Wild Man, he is the driver in the middle with Mr. Tripods in the Wild. Got the stash looking good. We asked him if he would shave it before he went live, but sadly it's still there. Kyle, brother, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Ready to get cars on track.
So you did a practice race with us, I believe, last week, and you were in the old street stock, and you were mentioning how it was. You felt like you had zero grip. Is that something you're looking forward to, or thinking is going to be the outcome tonight?
No, we actually sold that car. Went out and bought a new Monte Carlo SS. So it's going to be all black with just a number stamped on the side this week.
And you are going to be number 42.
Yep.
And then we got Mr. Davey Allison in here with it. It was very hard, but we did get him in here. You see his picture over there on a can of, I think, chili beans, if I'm not mistaken. Davey, Mr. Brian Zimmerman, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm good, bud. How you doing?
I am doing good. So, been a lot of March Madness for us the last 2 days, last 3 days, actually. Watched a lot of basketball. Both our teams still in it, though, huh?
Yeah, it's been fun so far. I'm happy the way it's turned out so far, so we'll see how we do in the Sweet 16 here, but it's been a lot of fun.
Right. So for the ones that don't know, Zimmy's all Mr. Row Tide, and I am Big Blue Nation as well as Kyle. I know he is Big Blue Nation, but also an Alabama fan in football, if I am correct.
Yep. Go Wildcats in college basketball. So
yep.
So the best year they've had in probably about 6-7 years.
For sure. So Zimmy, you're no stranger to these short tracks. You have been around CLR. You're probably the longest tenured guy outside me in this show right now. When it comes to CLR, we've always raced short tracks. That's been our roots. We're not real familiar with the street stocks. We always did super late models, tour modifieds. What's the strategy for you tonight and the outlook for the street stocks going into USA International?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Don't have a lot of experience, like you said, in the street stocks. Haven't run it. We ran it last week, and I was pretty slow. So we'll see how we do tonight. But yeah, it was fun to get back to some short tracks. It's been a little over a year since we really run them, so it was nice to get back in there. Felt a little rusty after running those 1.5 miles and super speedways. So it's fun to get back into the short track, and looking forward to doing the Gauntlet. Should be a lot of fun.
It felt like when we were at CLR, I think you could always pencil in. There's 5 of us here, 4 of us here that really ran it almost every week, and I feel like us 4 were always in that top 5, top 6 mix, right? So we were
Yeah.
talking off the show before we went live. Me and Zimmy were running the practice race last week. We were running 9th or 10th, and we just kind of looked at each other like, well, this is just what we became, right? It's a
That's
different
it.
it's a different discipline than what we're used to now. So it's going to be a huge transition trying to get back to attacking the corners, trying to get everything you can after on every single lap. Whereas in the NASCAR side of things, like Blazing Pedal, Cyber Thunder, we're constantly trying to save tires and whatnot. So I'm excited about it. Zimmy's going to be the number 28 USAFirearms.com machine, I know. And
That is correct.
I'll be the number 4. I don't know what color. I think Kyle said my car is white and black, so that's what I'll be in.
Right now, with trading paints down, I'm just in a white. Old. I went back to the old Camaro, the '78 Camaro. So I'm going to run the Bandit scheme. If trading paints works, I'll be in the black Bandit car, but we'll see.
So is that the one Kyle was talking about being really loose last week?
Yeah, it was loose, so I'm gonna try it. I felt like I was pretty tight in the Monte Carlo last week, so I'm gonna try the old '78, the old original street stock, and see. It definitely has a smaller spoiler on it, so I think that Kyle's gonna be right. It looks like it should be looser. So if iRacing is correct, it should be a looser setup. So we'll see how it works out for me tonight. But I may be regretting it about 25 laps in, but that's what my game plan is tonight. Go with the older car to hopefully loosen it up a little bit.
Well, right on, buddy. And then we got one more, Mr. Sammy B, Samuel Baumgartner. He's going to be the one on the call, calling the action. What's your thoughts going into tonight? Just praying that the computer holds up and we're all good after the race is done?
I just hope for a lot of green flag laps. I know we're going to have a few cautions. Everybody's probably a little rusty, but I mean, I haven't been broadcasting in a while, so we're going to be rusty in the booth too. So just bear with me on that new audio interface and stuff like that. So if you're going to be watching tonight, let me know what audio sounds like so I can make adjustments on the fly. It should be pretty easy. But other than that, the racing itself, Crooked Line has never really disappointed on Monday nights. I did Mondays and Tuesdays there for a while last year, and Mondays were always ones that really put on the best show in the super late models. But with us changing cars like this, it's going to be really interesting from a broadcasting point of view to see what drivers are going to prevail each night.
I agree. And while we're talking about the cars or whatnot, I'm going to pull up the Gauntlet schedule. Like I mentioned, 10 tracks, 10 different cars. We're switching cars every week, so I'm going to pull up the schedule, guys. I know y'all can't see it because I'm not sharing my screen, but I do want to go to each of y'all after I pull this up here. So you see tonight, USA International Street Stocks. Next week, Stafford. Sadly, I'm going to miss it. I love the track. I love the car. We're doing the SK Modifieds. So it's a car that's similar to the Tour Modifieds, but a little bit slower. And then Nashville Fairgrounds and so on, you can see. But Alex, looking at the schedule right here, what's the one track you see you're like, oh, wait, I'm going to be good there this week? What's the one track car combo you feel most comfortable at?
I'm looking at the ultimate race, the Iowa with the Whelen Tour Modifieds. That's always been a favorite of mine. Where I always end up being top 3. So that's going to be where I'm got mine circled as the last race number 10.
Race number 10 for Alex. So that's a track that had to go on the schedule. I know Zimmy's going to back me up on that. Sam, he has called numerous, and I mean numerous, photo finishes there at Iowa in the Tour Mods. And I know Mr. Zimmerman's been in either 2 or 3 of them, if I'm correct.
The one that Zimmerman's involved in actually got featured on iRacing's top 10. So
yeah, with Sam on the call.
Yeah, it was a great call by Sam and a great race. That is just a good car combination. Car track combination at Iowa. That's perfect. So it'll be a lot of fun. That's going to be my favorite.
So that's Zimmy's favorite. Now, Kyle, if I have to guess for you, I'm just going to guess and go out on a limb here. I feel like you're going to be kind of like a North Wilkesboro type of guy, Kyle. But let's say you. What are you looking forward to here on the schedule?
Oh, you're close, but I'm thinking race 4, Bristol and the trucks.
Oh.
Love Bristol, and me and the trucks there have just been a good combo as long as we stay out of trouble. If it's not there, it's going to be Martinsville in the Gen 4.
The Gen 4, that's a hot topic right now. Gen 4 and ARCA. We were talking about it off air here with BPL making the car change. I had a blast last night, though. I know that's not what this show's about, but I did. I had a blast last night. Corey, you mentioned off air you had a blast. Zimmy, did you have fun last night?
I had a real good time last night. It was a good race. I think me and Corey, we went out about the same time. We had a pretty good incident there on the front stretch, but it was fun. We had a good time racing. So I think that the racing was great, close. So we'll see how the rest of the season. Hopefully, iRacing doesn't make too many adjustments and change the car. But last night it raced really well. We had a lot of fun. I think that brought the field really close together. But yeah, we had some big ones because of it, and we talked about that before last night. Would it cause some big wrecks? And it definitely did, because we're so packed in there. But it was a lot of fun. I had a great time.
All right, and now Corey, if I had to guess which track car combo you're looking at, I know you're good at Bristol. That's a concrete track, right? Concrete, Corey. But I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Martinsville as well for you. But what's the one track car combo you look at and you're like, damn it, I'm winning that week?
Trucks at Bristol.
Trucks at Bristol. So concrete, Corey, going to come out at Bristol. For me, I'm looking at. Jimmy's gonna make fun of me here, but I love the Nashville Mini. I love the Charlotte Legends Oval. I love the short, tight tracks where you got to lean on somebody to pass them. They'll probably be our messiest races of the week of the season. So I'm sorry, Sam, for that, but Legends
It's
Oval.
first time, won't be the last.
Right. I mean, Legends Oval with the Legends. I love it. And Nashville mini stock. So that's actually something that might change. We may be going to Lanier in those. That's still up in the air. We're going to let the drivers vote on that to see if they want to do race number 9 at Nashville Mini or at Lanier. So that's something that's something we'll get to later on in the season to figure out what we're going to do there. I'm trying to think. No fast repair tonight, so that's something different than what we're seeing with Crooked Line Racing. So you wreck it tonight, you better hope they can fix it, or like Corey mentioned from happening last night, it went down pit road and it said too much damage, couldn't compete. So that's something I'm worried about. How are y'all going to race somebody like Kyle Zimmerman, Alex? Y'all race with us with a fast repair. How's that going to change your outlook into the night, knowing that you don't have another car in the back pocket?
I'll go ahead for first.
Yeah, I don't think it'll change too much. I think that we all kind of real respectful drivers in here, so I don't think we'll have any issues. I mean, there may be a big one, we may tangle it up, but I think we're all out here to have a good time. So I don't think anybody's going to just sit back and be real careful. I think we'll come out here and have a good show, and I don't think it'll be too much of an effect. But there may be, if there's a big one, it could thin out the field really quickly.
There's not a lot of cars signed up, right? I think last count, I had 23, maybe 24. I know I didn't update the list as of today. I had a few sign up today, but I think 23, 24 drivers. That should be enough to put on a good show. But I got to look at Kyle. Kyle, you are Mr. Excitement. You are the wild man, for Christ's sake, right? How are you going to race knowing that you don't have a spare car in the hauler? Can the wild man, can he temper it down and tame? Can he be tamed?
No.
Probably not, no. But I learned a little something from Zimmy last year at Martinsville. And USA is just a big Martinsville, so I think I just got to lean on someone on that right front a little bit, get that toe knocked in some, and I don't think anybody will be able to keep up.
It definitely worked, and it was definitely almost hashtag cheating, right? The way Zimmy got involved in a wreck, but was still faster than the field after being involved in a wreck.
Not even faster than the field. He passed me and Chris Carroll on the outside within 2 turns.
At Martinsville.
And we had fresher tires.
Right.
After all the racing I've done on iRacing, that was the most unique experience ever. That was a lot of fun. It was funny because everybody was laughing. My car was crab walking down the front and back stretch, but it would go through the corners.
And your right front was leaning into your chassis.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
And now, last, Alex, I go to you. You're somebody, I think me and you are kind of similar, right? We'll see danger around us and we'll kind of bail out, right? We want no part of it. No fast pair tonight. I know I'm going to be chilling. I'm going to race different than how I normally would race in CLR. Let's say you.
Well, with it only being 100 laps, there's really not much hanging about you can do.
That's true.
It's kind of if something were to happen, it happens, and you kind of have to and you also have no tires, so you're going to have to kind of hold your tires back a little bit, but then also, be aggressive where you can, and then just hope you don't get caught up in the big one. And hopefully there isn't a big one at the front and it blocks up the track. Then you're screwed. But otherwise, you got to keep going forward.
Right. Right. I agree. I do agree. I forgot. Well, I didn't forget, but I didn't think about the fact that it is only 100 laps. So laps click off quick, right? So if you ride around too long in the back, you're losing track position. Something we haven't mentioned, and I don't know how many of y'all have raced in leagues with it. We're doing a choose cone tonight. So Corey Sherman, we got a green white checker attempt. It's the last one of the night. You're sitting third, fourth. I don't care where you're sitting. Outside rows open. Are you taking it with a choose cone?
Yeah.
You have
Why
to,
not?
right? You have to, right? You gotta take the front row. I mean,
Oh,
you do it. You gotta do it for Dale, right? Every
are we
time,
racing tonight?
that's right. But the choose cone, it does bring. I mean, it can bring in flukiness, right? I know prior when we would have the winner starting the tail end of the next week, somebody like Chris Carroll, before you knew it, 10, 15 laps in, if he gets a few cautions, before you know it, he's leading the race, right? So the choose cone can work to your benefit, or it can bite you, right? So it's just knowing when to risk it for the biscuit, I guess. And I'm really excited about bringing that in. I'm nervous at the games that might be played with it. Somebody like Alex, Corey, or Alex and Zimmy, y'all know that we had to pull the choose cone before, right? Because all the shenanigans that took part in the choose cone.
Oh yeah, but I mean, that's just part of the gamesmanship that you have to play. If you ask me the same question you just asked to Corey, like if I could take the front, even if I was P1, today at USA, I may take the top rather than the bottom because it becomes a matter of how far you're willing to pin someone down on the low side to force them to back out on the exited. You could do that, so that's something you can think about when you're making that choose cone.
Yeah,
Right.
and also if you're on that outside and you get a good enough start, you get a better arc into the turn, better drive off.
Right. Hold that guy down on the bottom, pinch him down, and set sail. Go win the race. Mr. Sam, I have not announced it public. Well, I think I did in Discord, but we haven't talked about it a whole lot. Brinkman Freight, they are sponsoring something. What's the sponsorship tonight? And explain what you're doing with it.
It's going to be the last to front challenge. So if you qualify on the poll, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the poll sitter up into the broadcast booth. I'm going to ask them straight up. You can start in the back. If you win the race, you get $10. If not, it rolls over to the next week. The max that you can win is $50. So it'll only roll over basically 5 times. But yeah, if you qualify on pole, you're going to get brought up in the broadcast booth. You're going to be asked, do you want to start in the rear of the field? We'll give you an EOL. I'll let Tom know, or I can just do it. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, you'll start in the back. If you come through the field, you win. You're taking home $10. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that's why it's a challenge. So Brinkman Freight's going to be sponsoring that all season long.
It may not be a lot this first week, right? But 5 races in, if nobody, even if somebody accepts it tonight, but they don't win, what Sam's saying, so that $10 turns into $20 next week.
$20.
And
Yeah,
then it goes
but,
to 30, 40, 50.
Once somebody does it, it resets.
Yeah, it resets back down to 10.
So if it goes all the way up to 5 and somebody takes it, then the next week it'll be 10 again. So.
Right. And if we go 5 weeks, nobody does it, then on the 6th week, it's still going to be $50, but it's still $50 for the first challenge. And then speaking of sponsorship, Front Row Esports, they come on. I can't remember the dollar amount. I think it's $100, but actually it may be $75 now I'm thinking about it. But for the driver with the least amount of incident points that does all the races and completes, I think we landed on 90% of the laps. Of the total laps, they will walk away with some cold hard cash as well. And then the season champion, $100. And just for racing, free to enter, right? Just show up, race, do good, win $100. So it seems like a pretty good deal. Basically, that's all I got. I think we got about 20 minutes until happy hour starts. We'll go around the horn one more time, and no, we won't either. No, we won't. Cause I had an idea and I don't have it pulled up. So no, we won't either. We'll save it for 2 weeks. So that's basically all I got for tonight. Little pre-race show that we're gonna wing it. Hopefully we'll be back next week. And hopefully we will see y'all tonight in the comment section. Chat it up with Sam live here on TSP starting at, what time you starting, Sam?
About 8:45, 8:50. Normal times.
So Sam's in the booth by himself, so give him somebody to talk to, chat with him. He'll check the comments when he can. Other than that, thank y'all boys for joining, and may the best man win tonight at USA International. Peace.
See you guys.